This is Luke McCormack here. You're watching Sporting Icons.
Boom. Appreciate it. Thanks, my man. Okay, so firstly, apologies for this type of video, and nobody wants to be seeing a shower and a toilet and a TV, all that kind of stuff, but I'm having some issues with my laptop and whatever else. So anyway, I want to do this video to talk about Stephen Robinson. Of course, he's just defeated Phil Williams. Now, this was a rematch between the pair of them. And let me start off by saying, Steve didn't want this fight. He didn't want this fight. What's the point of rematching somebody you've already beaten? But he had no choice. So for those of you who say, well, why is he rematching? What's happening here? Well, he had no choice because the British Boxing Board of Control would reject every single opponent that was put through. Some of them coming off wins and all that kind of stuff. Some of them you couldn't even call journeymen. But they left him with no choice but to rematch Phil Williams while these other prospects out there are fighting absolute fucking cabbages. Anyway, what can you say? Phil Williams, awkward fighter. Any heavyweight who gets in there with him will always tell you, okay, he makes a fight very, very ugly. But what can you do? And also, this was supposed to have been a 6-round fight. Stephen has been doing camp for a 6-round fight. His 4-rounders are done and dusted and behind him. But then last minute, they changed it to a 4-rounder. Okay, so that upset everything and whatever else, okay? Because there's, again, anybody who has done any kind of boxing themselves or maybe been around gyms and fighters and that, when you're training and conditioning your body to do a 6-rounder, 8-round, 10-round, 12-rounder, and then it gets changed, your body is still in that mode. So of course, to be changing very, very last minute, his fighting, his tactics and everything is to be working towards a 6-round fight. The whole plan, and I'll tell you what the plan is now, was to stop him in round number 5, round number 6 latest. The first 4 rounds were to tie down for Williams and then stop him. That was the plan. But obviously it all got changed. That said, so the fight itself, listen, it was a pretty ugly fight, but I said Phil Williams, he always turns up to make a fight ugly. Steve won the fight quite easily, I felt. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there with him in Newcastle. You know, I've got better things to do, Steve. You know what I'm saying? No. My wife had pre-booked this ages ago, so I had no choice to miss that particular show, which is absolutely devastating for me. But listen, I'm proud of Steve, and what happened last time against Shane Gill, this is something that Steve is going to have to talk about at some point, or maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know. Listen, it ain't my place to say it whatsoever. But what I will say is, you'll never ever see Shane Gill in the boxing ring again. Reality, you won't, okay? Going forward, Stephen, he'll be back on Sky Sports. His next fight should be on the Hughie Fury Michael Hunter undercard. When that's officially announced, that will be the date, okay? So I'm not going to give away the spoilers as to exactly when that is or where that is, but Stephen will be on that undercard. Now, that was one of the reasons why this particular fight was supposed to have been a 6-rounder, because potentially he could have been fighting for some kind of trinket belt on that particular card. But now he can't, okay? Because to do a trinket belt, you have to do a minimum of 8 rounds, and the board ain't going to allow Stephen to do 8 rounds. They're not. Yeah, British Boxing Board of Control, fuck yeah. But hey, listen, at the end of the day, Stephen, he done what he had to do. He won. He knew he was going to win this fight very comfortably. You could see that he just wasn't motivated for this fight. I've known it for the past few days, ever since he had no choice, and he was just going to pull out the whole damn fight. He was going to do that. And listen, I'll tell you what he was, because he was just so annoyed about the British Boxing Board of Control and whatever else about all the opponents that there was no reason for them to be turning down. I mean, to have to go rematch somebody already is ridiculous. It really is. But anyway, listen, I'd like to see him take on ideally a Jose Stewart or Franklin Ignatius. I think that would be interesting, or Nick Campbell, whatever else. Okay? That's what I'd like to see. Would the board allow it? No, probably not. Anyway, congratulations to Stephen. Big up to you, my man. Well done to his trainer manager Mark Lozelle. Of course, his main men, Glenn Bartlett and Dominic Clazel as well, and of course Giuseppe and Bazzi and everybody else around. Vision Gym, big up Stephen. Catch you soon, mate. Catch you all on the next video. Subscribe.